You may be looking at a nickel right now, perhaps you've got one in your pocket, sitting in a change jar, or tucked away somewhere. It's just a 5-cent coin, right? Nothing special. Just a small piece of metal that doesn't seem to hold much value. But, what if I told you that some of these seemingly ordinary 1979 nickels are worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? In fact, some collectors are paying astronomical prices for these coins. So, let's buckle up and dive into why this simple 5-cent coin could be hiding a secret that you never expected. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the 1979 nickel isn't just another coin, it might just be worth a small fortune. First, let's take a step back in time. The Jefferson nickel has been around since 1938, and for good reason. This coin is not just a piece of change, it's a cultural and historical icon in the United States. It was first designed by Felix Schlag, and over the years, there have been several changes and refinements to the coin's design. But when you look at the 1979 nickel, what stands out? Is there something that makes this coin stand out from all the others? Absolutely. You see, 1979 was a unique year in the world of U.S. coinage. Not only was it part of a transitional period in the design of U.S. coins, but it was also a year filled with incredible events, both in the world of numismatics and in the broader American context. The economic climate was evolving, and the world was on the brink of change. This sets the stage for a seemingly mundane nickel to potentially become a collector's treasure. But why? What's so special about this coin? And could it actually be worth more than just the nickel price? Well, it all starts with its history, design, and the subtle, hidden variations that collectors are paying top dollar for. The Jefferson nickel has been part of the American coinage system for over 80 years. The portrait of Thomas Jefferson, along with the depiction of Monticello, the Jefferson family estate, has remained iconic. But what if I told you that, despite the coin's seemingly standard design, there are some very rare versions of the 1979 nickel that could fetch millions of dollars at auction? That's right. Even something as humble as a nickel can hold hidden value that might surprise you. Now, the Jefferson nickel design, which began in 1938, is relatively simple. The obverse shows a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and the reverse features Monticello, his Virginia home. But here's the catch: while the design has remained relatively constant over the years, subtle changes have occurred. And these changes, though small, have led to valuable discoveries. In the case of the 1979 nickel, the small nuances in the design are more than just aesthetic tweaks. They are clues to a treasure that may be hiding in plain sight. One of the things collectors love about the 1979 nickel is its variety. Minting errors and subtle differences in the die can lead to coins that are worth far more than face value. Now, how do these errors happen? Well, minting errors are incredibly common in the world of numismatics, and they happen during the manufacturing process. Sometimes dies get misaligned, sometimes the metal strikes at the wrong angle, and sometimes the minting process just goes wrong. When that happens, you get something very special, a coin that's been misprinted. These mistakes can make a coin's value skyrocket. For example, one of the most sought-after errors in the 1979 nickel series is the famous doubled die error. A doubled die occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, resulting in a coin that looks like it has multiple images of the same design. If you're lucky enough to find a 1979 nickel with this doubled die, you might just have a coin that's worth far more than the standard 5-cent price. But that's not all. There are other errors, like off-center strikes, where the coin doesn't align properly in the press, creating a skewed, misaligned design. These coins are rarer than you might think, and their value can be substantial. Imagine finding a 1979 nickel that's off-center, with a misprint on the Monticello building, or even a double die error that makes Jefferson's face appear twice. These rare mistakes are what make the 1979 nickel so special, and that's why collectors are paying top dollar to get their hands on one. Some of these coins have sold at auction for tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes even more. But here's the million-dollar question: could there be a 1979 nickel out there worth even more? What if, just maybe, there's an undiscovered variant out there waiting for a collector to find it? And if you're holding on to a 1979 nickel right now, could it be hiding something worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions? Let's shift gears a little and talk about the market for these coins today. The value of a 1979 nickel is skyrocketing, especially when it comes to rare versions with minting errors. Many collectors are turning their attention to these seemingly simple coins, and as the demand rises, so do the prices. Some of the rare 1979 nickels with double dies and other minting errors have sold at auctions for incredible prices. You're probably wondering just how much these coins can go for. A standard 1979 nickel is worth, well, a nickel. But when you add in those rare errors, the value can increase exponentially. Some of the more valuable 1979 nickels can fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars. But the real treasure? The holy grail of 1979 nickels could sell for over $100,000, or more. Imagine finding one of these rare coins just sitting in your drawer or tucked away in a family heirloom. Could that be your next big find? If you're holding on to any 1979 nickels, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure without even knowing it. This is where it gets exciting. There are some nickels out there that could fetch unimaginable amounts of money. In fact, several collectors have reported finding 1979 nickels that turned out to be worth far more than they ever expected. There are real-life stories of lucky collectors finding nickels with double dies, and some have even found rare variants that were sold for astronomical sums. If you happen to come across one of these gems, you could be looking at a payday that could change your life. But the real question is, how can you tell if your 1979 nickel is worth a fortune? Let's talk about how you can identify these rare nickels. First, you'll need to know what to look for. The double die error is one of the most significant markers for a valuable 1979 nickel. When inspecting your coin, you want to look closely at Jefferson's portrait. If you notice that his face appears twice, with a slight offset between the two images, then you've got yourself a double die. Another thing to look out for is misalignment in the strike, such as an off-center coin where the design appears shifted or distorted. These errors, though subtle, are the keys to unlocking the hidden value in your coins. To really examine your 1979 nickels, you'll want to use tools like magnifiers or a loupe, which will allow you to see the finer details of the coin. If you don't already have one, you might want to invest in a digital scale to weigh the coin and check for any discrepancies. Some rare versions of the 1979 nickel might also exhibit other features, like die cracks or abnormal mint marks. These small variations can add up in value, and when you find them, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But what if you already have one of these rare coins sitting in your pocket change? You might be wondering how to tell if your coin is the one that could fetch a small fortune. Well, it's time to get serious about coin hunting. You don't need to be a professional to find these treasures, but you do need to be observant and careful. Check your nickels, inspect every detail, and compare them to known examples of rare 1979 nickels. The more you educate yourself on the key features of valuable 1979 nickels, the more likely you are to find one of your own. The 1979 nickel, while just a small piece of metal, is also a part of American history. It's tied to the legacy of the Jefferson nickel series, which has been in circulation for over 80 years. The 1979 version, like all coins, has its place in that larger story, and it's a reminder of how small changes in design or minting can have a lasting impact. Despite being minted decades ago, collectors are still fascinated by this coin. Its legacy continues to live on in the world of numismatics, and for some, the 1979 nickel is still an enigma, one that holds the key to unlocking hidden value. So, where does that leave us? Could you be holding on to a valuable 1979 nickel right now? Is there a rare version out there that could make you thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? The search is on, and with every coin you find, you could be one step closer to discovering your next big treasure. If you're just getting started in the world of coin collecting, now is the perfect time to start researching, collecting, and inspecting your nickels. Who knows? Your next big find might be just around the corner, and speaking of rare finds, stay tuned because the next coin we're uncovering could be even rarer than the 1979 nickel. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. The nickel sitting in your pocket could be worth far more than its face value. What if I said that a simple 1986 US nickel might hold secrets that could make it one of the most sought-after coins by collectors worldwide? Stay tuned, because today, we're diving into the fascinating world of this humble coin, uncovering its mysteries, and exploring the reasons why it could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of dollars. The 1986 US nickel may look ordinary at first glance, but beneath its unassuming surface lies a wealth of history, unique features, and rare varieties that have captivated the numismatic world for decades. What makes this coin special? Why are collectors willing to pay so much for certain examples? And could you be holding one of these hidden treasures without even realizing it? In this video, we'll explore the story behind the 1986 nickel, its history, key design features, and the rare errors that can skyrocket its value. Along the way, we'll share tips on how to identify a valuable nickel and reveal the jaw-dropping tale of one 1986 coin that turned an ordinary collector into a legend. By the end of this journey, you might never look at your spare change the same way again. Let's begin with a look at the historical context of the 1986 nickel. In 1986, the US was experiencing a period of economic growth and cultural transformation. The economy was robust, driven by technological innovation and an increasingly globalized market. Amidst this backdrop, coins like the 1986 nickel were a staple of everyday life, exchanged in transactions big and small. From vending machines to parking meters, the nickel was an essential part of commerce, a small but mighty piece of the economic puzzle. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, had become an enduring symbol of American currency. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin featured a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1986, this design had remained largely unchanged, a testament to its timeless appeal and the enduring legacy of Jefferson's contributions to American history. The production of the 1986 nickel took place at three primary mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint produced the largest quantity, followed closely by Denver, while the San Francisco mint focused on proof coins, meticulously crafted for collectors. The total mintage numbers were in the hundreds of millions, making the 1986 nickel a common sight in circulation. But as we'll soon discover, not all nickels are created equal. Let's delve deeper into the design features that make the 1986 nickel so intriguing. On the obverse side, we see Thomas Jefferson's portrait, a dignified representation of one of America's founding fathers. His stern yet approachable expression reflects the ideals of leadership and integrity. Look closely, and you'll notice the fine details of the design, the texture of his hair, the subtle shading of his cheekbones, and the crisp lines of his coat. These details are a testament to the artistry and precision of the minting process. Flipping the coin over, the reverse side features Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate. The architectural details of this historic mansion are captured with remarkable accuracy, from the symmetrical columns to the iconic dome. Monticello serves as a symbol of Jefferson's legacy, a reminder of his contributions to American history and culture. One important feature to note is the mint mark, a small letter that indicates where the coin was produced. On the 1986 nickel, you'll find the mint mark on the obverse side, to the right of Jefferson's portrait. Coins from Philadelphia bear the letter P, those from Denver are marked with a D, and proof coins from San Francisco carry an S. These mint marks are crucial for collectors, as they can influence the rarity and value of the coin. Now, let's turn our attention to the rare errors and varieties that make the 1986 nickel so desirable. Mint errors are a fascinating aspect of coin collecting. These anomalies occur during the production process, resulting in coins that deviate from the standard design. While errors are unintentional, they create unique coins that are highly sought after by collectors. The 1986 nickel is no exception, with several notable errors that have captured the imagination of the numismatic community. One common error is the off-center strike, where the design is misaligned, leaving part of the coin blank. These off-center nickels are strikingly unique, each one a one-of-a-kind artifact of the minting process. Another intriguing error is the double die variety, where elements of the design appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die-making process. On a 1986 nickel, this might result in a doubled image of Jefferson's portrait or the lettering on the coin, creating a striking visual anomaly. Clipped planchets are another type of error, where the coin is missing a small section due to a flaw in the blank cutting process. These coins often appear as though a bite has been taken out of them, adding to their uniqueness. Improper annealing can also result in fascinating errors. This process, which involves heating the metal blanks before striking, can sometimes produce coins with unusual discoloration or streaks. These aesthetic anomalies make the coin stand out and are highly prized by collectors. Some of these error coins have fetched impressive sums at auction. For example, a 1986 nickel with a dramatic off-center strike recently sold for thousands of dollars, proving that even a small error can have a big impact on a coin's value. Could you be holding a coin like this without even realizing it? So, how can you identify a rare and valuable 1986 nickel? First, examine the coin's condition. A well-preserved coin with minimal wear and sharp details is always more desirable than one that's heavily circulated. Look for signs of mint luster, a shiny surface that indicates the coin hasn't been exposed to much handling. Next, consider having your coin professionally graded. The coin grading scale, which ranges from MS-60 to MS-70 for mint state coins, provides a standardized assessment of a coin's condition. A higher grade can significantly increase a coin's market value, making professional grading a worthwhile investment. Finally, search for unique features or errors. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to inspect the coin closely, paying attention to the mint mark, lettering, and design details. Even a small anomaly could make your coin a valuable find. And don't forget to check your change, old jars, and rolls of nickels from the bank. You never know where a rare 1986 nickel might be hiding. Could your next treasure be sitting in plain sight? Coming up, we'll reveal the story of one 1986 nickel that turned an ordinary collector into a legend. What made this coin so special, and why did it sell for a jaw-dropping price at auction? Stick around to find out. Now, let's dive into the record-breaking story of an extraordinary 1986 nickel. This particular coin was discovered by a seasoned collector who noticed a unique error, a dramatic double die reverse that created a stunning visual effect. The coin's condition was pristine, with a professional grade of MS-68, placing it among the finest examples known to exist. After its discovery, the coin was put up for auction, where it sparked a bidding war among collectors. The final hammer price? A staggering $15,000. This sale cemented the coin's status as a numismatic treasure and fueled interest in 1986 nickels among collectors worldwide. Stories like this highlight the importance of attention to detail and the thrill of discovery. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual enthusiast, the possibility of finding a rare and valuable coin is what makes numismatics so exciting. As we look to the future, the value of 1,986 nickels is likely to increase as more collectors recognize their significance. Coins from the 1980s are gaining attention, and the scarcity of high-grade examples makes them an appealing investment. From its rich history and intricate design to its rare errors and record-breaking sales, the 1986 US nickel proves that even small coins can hold big secrets. Who knows? The next time you check your change, you might just uncover a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating coin stories. And remember, a treasure might be hiding in plain sight, right in your pocket. A simple nickel from 1988, just pocket change, right? Or could it be hiding a secret that's made collectors bid thousands, even millions? Buckle up, because this is no ordinary 5-cent piece. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1988 USA nickel. This unassuming coin, tucked away in countless pockets and drawers, holds stories of rarity, intrigue, and unbelievable value that will leave you questioning every nickel you've ever spent. From its history and design to the errors and rare variations that send collectors into a frenzy, we'll uncover every detail that makes this coin so special. Now, if you've ever dismissed the change in your pocket as worthless, think again. The 1988 USA nickel has a tale that's both surprising and captivating. By the end of this video, you'll understand why collectors are scouring through piles of coins, hoping to uncover one of these hidden gems. And if you think you've heard everything about nickels, wait until we discuss the jaw-dropping auction prices for some of these coins. Spoiler alert, they're not just worth hundreds, they're worth thousands, even millions in some cases. So, are you ready to discover the secrets of the 1988 USA nickel? Let's dive in. Understand why the 1988 nickel has captured so much attention. We first need to take a closer look at its history and design. The Jefferson nickel, introduced in 1938, replaced the Buffalo nickel and was designed by artist Felix Schlag. The obverse of the coin features a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, while the reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate. By 1988, the design had undergone subtle modifications over the decades, but the essence remained the same, a tribute to one of America's founding fathers. In 1988, Jefferson nickels were produced at 3 U.S. Mint locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint left its mark on the coin, with Philadelphia's mint mark being absent, Denver's marked with a D, and San Francisco's marked with an S. These mint marks, seemingly insignificant, play a crucial role in determining a coin's rarity and value. The production process itself was meticulous, with millions of nickels struck that year. Yet, amidst the routine, errors and anomalies crept in, creating the rare variations that collectors obsess over today. One of the most striking features of the Jefferson nickel is the intricate design of Monticello on the reverse. It's a symbol of architectural brilliance and a testament to Jefferson's legacy. But what makes the 1988 nickel stand out? It's not just about the design, it's about the imperfections, the small, almost imperceptible errors that transform an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. But before we reveal what these errors are, let me ask you, have you ever stopped to examine the details of a coin? The lettering, the mint mark, the subtle variations? Because with the 1988 nickel, every detail matters. And trust me, the next part of this story might just blow your mind. Mint errors are the stuff of legends in the coin collecting world. They're the result of accidents during the minting process, and while they're mistakes, they're also what makes some coins so valuable. In the case of the 1988 nickel, known errors include double dies, where the design elements appear double due to a misalignment during striking, and die clashes, where the obverse and reverse designs imprint faintly onto each other. These errors are incredibly rare, and when they occur, they create coins that are essentially one of a kind. Another error that's been documented in 1988 nickels is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't properly aligned with the dies during striking, resulting in a partial design. Off-center strikes can range from slight misalignments to extreme errors where only a fraction of the design is visible. Collectors prize these coins not only for their rarity but also for the story they tell about the minting process. Imagine holding a coin that's not just money but a tangible piece of history, a snapshot of a moment when precision gave way to imperfection. But what about rare variations? Among the 1988 nickels, certain coins stand out because of unique features like unusual mint marks or anomalies in the lettering. For example, coins with misplaced mint marks, where the D or S appears slightly off its intended position, are highly sought after. Even subtle differences, like variations in the spacing of letters or inconsistencies in the design details, can elevate a coin's value astronomically. And when these coins appear at auction, the bidding wars that ensue are nothing short of spectacular. Take, for instance, a 1988 nickel with a significant error that was once sold at auction for tens of thousands of dollars. The coin featured a dramatic double die on the obverse, where Jefferson's profile appeared slightly doubled, creating a ghostly effect. This error, combined with its pristine condition, made it a centerpiece of the auction. And that's just one example. Could there be an undiscovered variation out there worth even more? The possibility is what keeps collectors hunting, searching through rolls of coins and examining every detail with meticulous care. Now, let's talk about market value and collectability. The 1988 nickel, in its standard form, is worth, well, 5 cents. But add an error or rare variation, and the value skyrockets. In today's collector's market, error coins from 1988 can fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on the type and severity of the error. And it's not just about the rarity, it's also about the story. Each error coin tells a tale of how it came to be, and that narrative adds to its allure and value. Consider the case of a collector who found an off-center 1988 nickel in pocket change. Initially dismissed as a curiosity, the coin turned out to be an exceptional error, eventually selling for several $1,000s at auction. Stories like these fuel the dream that anyone, anywhere, could stumble upon a fortune hidden in plain sight. And the biggest question remains, could a rare nickel still be out there, waiting for someone to discover it? So, how do you identify a rare 1988 nickel? First, it's all about the details. Start by examining the coin's design with a magnifier. Look for signs of doubling in the letters or numbers, particularly on the obverse. Pay close attention to the mint mark. Is it slightly misplaced or unusually shaped? Next, check for any signs of an off-center strike or die clash. These errors, while rare, are what transform an ordinary coin into a treasure. Tools like magnifying glasses or microscopes are invaluable for spotting these tiny details. For more serious collectors, professional grading services can authenticate and grade your coin, providing a certificate that enhances its market value. And don't forget the thrill of coin roll hunting. By searching through rolls of nickels from banks or coin shops, you might just uncover a hidden gem. Think finding a rare 1988 nickel is hard? You might already have one in your possession. All it takes is a keen eye and a little patience to find out. The 1988 USA nickel isn't just a coin, it's a piece of American history, a testament to the artistry and precision of the US Mint, and a potential treasure trove for collectors. Over the years, the Jefferson nickel series has become a symbol of continuity and change, reflecting both the timeless ideals of its namesake and the evolving technology of coin production. The 1988 nickel, with its rare errors and variations, is a shining example of how even the smallest details can capture the imagination of collectors and enthusiasts alike. As we wrap up, let's recap the highlights. We've explored the history and design of the 1988 nickel, delved into the fascinating world of mint errors and rare variations, and uncovered the incredible market value these coins can achieve. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, the 1988 nickel offers endless possibilities for discovery and excitement. So, what's next for you? Will you start examining your change more closely or perhaps venture into coin roll hunting? Whatever path you choose, remember that every coin has a story waiting to be told, and if you think the 1988 nickel is exciting, just wait until you see what we've got lined up for our next video. We'll uncover an even rarer coin that could be hiding in plain sight, a true masterpiece worth a fortune. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. And don't forget to share your own discoveries or questions in the comments below. Who knows? You might just inspire the next great coin collector. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.